Here's a look at a recap of your markets on this Wednesday, the 9th day of April. After several days of losses in the cattle markets, pulled a 180 today with news of a pause on many of the tariffs that we've been so worried about over the past week and how they might affect the markets. Today, the pause caused the futures and stock markets to skyrocket and pull a big 180. That sure pumps some life into the markets around. Feeder cattle auction today at the Springfield Livestock Marketing Center. They're going to end up with a few over 1,100 head. That sale's not completely done, but they're getting awful close there. The steers, 400 to 500 pounds, 395 to 417.50. 5 to 6 weights at 350 to 385, 6 to 7 weights at 302 to 320, 7 to 8 weight steers at 282 to 307, a package of 25 head at 850 pound steers at 264. Feeder heifers, medium and large ones, some 4 to 5 weights at 350 to 375, some 5-6 weights 295 to 317.50, 6-7 weights at 285 to 297, 7 to 750 pound heifers at 250 to 260. Box beef cutout values, choice was down 24 cents at 337.86, select at 320.61, down $1.45. Those values based on 154 loads of cuts, trimmings, and grinds. Choice select spread at 17.25. Negotiated feedlot trade had a few more sales develop earlier this morning, up to about 15,000 head now for the week. It'll be interesting to see what the next couple of days bring if this upturn in the markets continues, to see whether or not that fed cattle trade can gain back any of the losses over the last week or so. In Nebraska, about 7,600 head so far, live sales at 208, dress sales at 327 to 328. Iowa's report about 5,000 head, 207 to 209 live, 327 dressed. Kansas's report about 1,000 head, roughly 400 of those was earlier today at 204 live. Texas so far this week only 120 head. Taking a look at those futures markets in the livestock complex, April live cattle 202.80 up 370. June 198.37 up 475, and August 195 up 455. Feeder cattle for April 283.75 up 332, May at 278.20 up 647, and August 283.25 up 565. Lean hogs for April 85 cents lower, 86.97, May at 86.12 up $1.52, June at 91.70 up 192. At the elevators around the state on Wednesday, soybeans were 20 to 24 higher, wheat 2 cents higher, corn 5 to 6 higher. Corn bids in the St. Louis region, 493 to 496, Kansas City 434 to 469. Soybean bids, St. Louis 1029 to 1031, Kansas City 957 to 1022. Wheat bids in St. Louis 532 to 537, Kansas City at 532. On the board of trade, corn contracts, May was up a nickel, 474. July at 480.5, up 5 3/4. September 442.5, up 3 3/4. Soybeans for May were up 20, 1012 3/4. July at 1023.5, up 19.5, and August at 1016.5, up 19 3/4. Wheat contracts, May at 542 1/4, up 2 1/4. July at 555 3/4, up 1 3/4. September at 569 3/4, up a penny. Soybean meal for May up $3.50 a ton, $294.50. Soybean oil for May, $46.19 a hundredweight, up $1.25. With the Missouri Department of Agriculture, that's a recap of your markets for Wednesday. This is Tony Hancock.